Alright, welcome back to biology class grade 10, and we are still talking about nutrient cycle. We've discussed about the carbon cycle, we've talked about the water cycle, and today, this class, we're talking about nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen cycle, alright? This cycle is a little bit easy, but can also be complicated. So I need you to listen and pay attention, okay? The first thing we need to understand is that nitrogen is an element that we need to make proteins. That means without nitrogen, we will not have proteins, okay? We need nitrogen to make protein, and as living organisms, we all need protein. Protein is very important for us. So that's why nitrogen is a very, very important element. All right. Neither plants nor animals can absorb it from the air, okay? So the nitrogen that we have in the air is nitrogen gas. But unfortunately, we cannot absorb it. It's not useful for us unless it's changed or it's converted. Okay? The plants and animals cannot absorb it from the air as nitrogen gas. It's a very stable gas, and the bonds holding nitrogen atoms together would need massive amounts of energy to break. Alright? The two nitrogen atoms in nitrogen gas, you can see nitrogen gas, the two nitrogen atoms in nitrogen molecule are held together by a triple covalent bond. You know what that means? It means it's very, very hard to break the bonds holding nitrogen atoms. Okay? So that is why we cannot absorb that. So what we need to do is, we need nitrogen gas needs to be converted to nitrates so that plants and animals can absorb them. Alright? So, let's see. This is a nitrogen cycle. Okay? And like we do when we study cycles, we look at the important or the key words. We have here nitrogen fixation. Fixation. Okay? We have here denitrification. You understand the terms? We have here nitrification. So, look at this. We have nitrogen gas. Okay? Nitrogen gas we have in the atmosphere already. Alright? So let's say nitrogen gas in the atmosphere. So, we cannot absorb nitrogen gas. Plants cannot absorb nitrogen gas. Animals cannot absorb nitrogen gas. What do we do? Then we have a process called nitrogen fixation. It means we need to fix nitrogen. We need to convert nitrogen. We need to change nitrogen so we can absorb it. Alright? So this process called nitrogen fixation is done by bacteria. So we have nitrogen fixing bacteria, and these bacteria are found in root nodules of pea plants and beans and all that, okay? And we also have lightning. You know what lightning is? That happens in the sky, lightning. So these two can help us fix nitrogen. So we have nitrogen fixation. So when we fix nitrogen, the nitrogen gas is converted to nitrates, okay, and ammonia in the soil. Alright? So when we fix nitrogen, we can make protein in plants. So when we talk about nitrogen cycle, nitrogen fixation is very important because we need to change nitrogen gas. We need to fix it so we can use it. So we fix it and change it into nitrates and ammonia. And also, we fix it and we have protein in plant. So we are done with nitrogen fixation. Lightning and bacteria. These are things that help us fix nitrogen. Alright. So when we have, let's look at this first. When we have nitrogen fixation done by bacteria, we already have protein in plants. So what happens to this cow? Then we have feeding. Alright, the cow will then feed on this plant. And what do we have? This cow then has protein in its body. Okay, so look at this. Nitrogen in the air. So what's the first process? We need to fix it. Nitrogen fixation, lightning, or by bacteria. So when we do by bacteria, we have protein in plants, then we have animals feeding on this plant. Alright, so let's see this. Nitrogen fixation by lightning. Okay, then we have nitrates in the soil. Okay, so when we have this, we have protein in other plants. So this same cow will feed on this. All right? So the same feeding. Do you understand up to that point? All right. So now let's go through this other circle. So when we have feeding, then we have protein in animals. Okay, this cow can also be humans. The moment you feed on plants, protein in plants, we have protein in our body. All right. So then we pee. You know what pee? The urine of animal contain ammonia. Okay. When decomposition also happens here, we have ammonia. However, we also do not need ammonia. We need to change ammonia to nitrate. So when we change ammonia to nitrate, we have a process called nitrification. Ammonia to nitrate is called nitrification, like nitrate, nitrification. All right? So ammonia from the urine, ammonia from the feces, ammonia from the composition, and all of these is then changed back to nitrate. So we have nitrification. Okay? And this nitrate also goes into the soil. Then the plant also feeds on it. Goes to the soil, we have protein, then the plant also feeds on it. So, we have talked about nitrogen fixation to fix, to change nitrogen gas to nitrate. Nitrification to change ammonia to nitrate. So we have this, denitrification. Denitrification. So who can tell me? Look at this chart and tell me, what do you think denitrification does? Look at this. Here we have nitrates and ammonia in the soil, and there we have nitrogen gas in the air. So what do you think denitrification does? Can you guess? Okay, nitrate is changed back to nitrogen gas. Denitrification. Nitrate is changed back to nitrogen gas. Denitrification. So let's see. Nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen gas is changed or fixed. So we can have nitrate and we can have protein in plants. Okay? So when we have nitrate here, we have protein in plants. Then the plants will feed on this protein and we have protein in animals. Then the plants then poop or wee or dies and decomposes and we have ammonia. We don't need ammonia, so we need to change ammonia back to nitrate. That's why we have nitrification. Alright? Then nitrates, we have nitrate in the soil. Now we have nitrate, we have used nitrate, but we need nitrogen back into the atmosphere. Then nitrates then changes back to nitrogen gas, and we have a process called denitrification. So, nitrogen fixation, they are done by two agents, the nitrogen fixing bacteria and lightning. Okay? Nitrogen fixing bacteria, like I said, they are bacteria that are found in the root of some plants. Leguminous plant, like the peas, like the clover, like the beans. Okay? And what they do is that they take nitrogen gas and change it into nitrates in the soil. So we can have protein. And we also have lightning. You know lightning that happens in the sky. Okay? And what lightning does, it also helps us to fix nitrogen gas. So what it does is it's going to split the bond between two atoms and it turns them into nitrous oxide like N2O and NO2, and that dissolve in rainwater and leach into the soil. Okay? So we have nitrification. So who remembers what nitrification does? So I said that after there is nitrogen fixation, then we have protein in plants, then animals will then feed on this protein, then we have protein in the body of animals, you remember? Then animals will poop and decompose, then we have ammonia. Okay? So then we have nitrification. Plants they cannot absorb ammonium compounds. So we need to also convert ammonium compounds back to nitrates. So we have nitrification. So nitrification is a process that converts ammonium compounds to nitrite and then to nitrates. And this takes place with the help of nitrifying bacteria. So if the question says, what are nitrifying bacteria, or what is the function of nitrifying bacteria? Simply, nitrifying bacteria are bacteria that help to convert ammonium compounds into nitrates. Okay, so what's the function? They convert ammonium compounds, or they carry out nitrification process. Okay, they carry out or they help to carry out nitrification process. So we have the nitrifying bacteria. For nitrogen fixation, we have two agents, nitrogen fixing bacteria and lightning. For nitrification, we have one agent, nitrifying bacteria. And we have the last process of the nitrogen cycle, we have denitrification. So, after we have used nitrates, after we have converted ammonia back to nitrates, then we also need nitrogen gas back into the atmosphere so we can start the process again. Like I said, it's a cycle. So the nitrification, this process takes nitrates out of the soil and converts it back to nitrogen gas. It changes it back to nitrogen gas. This process takes place with the help of a bacteria called denitrifying bacteria. Denitrifying bacteria. Okay, so this is it. This is an example of a nitrogen cycle, or a chart showing the nitrogen cycle. Okay? So let's just do a summary. Atmospheric nitrogen, that's nitrogen gas. Nitrogen fixation by lightning. Nitrogen fixing bacteria. So this is also nitrogen fixation by bacteria. Then, what do we have? Nitrate ions. Nitrate ions goes back to the atmosphere as nitrogen gas through denitrification. Okay? So we have here ammonium ions. The ammonium ions changes back to nitrate through which process? Nitrification. So we have a homework. The homework is booklet, page 63 and 64. I'll also send it on WhatsApp. And when you're done, you're supposed to send the homework back to me. So, a few questions. What is nitrogen fixation? What are the agents of nitrogen fixation? What is denitrification? What is the agent of denitrification? Okay? What is nitrification and what is the agent of nitrification? Okay? The agents are lightning and nitrogen fixing bacteria, and it changes nitrogen gas to nitrates. Alright? The agent of denitrification is the nitrifying bacteria. It changes nitrate to back to nitrogen gas. The agent of nitrification is nitrifying bacteria. It changes ammonia back to nitrate. I hope you understand this lesson, and till I see you in the next class, please stay safe. Thank you.